You want to
Yeah,
go
I
to
could
your
get to.
bad point?
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
just
let's
get to
do it.
my bad point.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate but somewhat obvious realization that Cloud9 are so clearly capped in terms of what they're going to be able to do moving forward if they're going to stick with this lineup
Sure.
because the fact that they do not have a consistent T side operator means that every single team that plays against them has no qualms with just like aggressing with CT side rifles. It's so frequently the problem with this Cloud9 team where if a CT side, like imagine almost like the good heroic, the one we saw maybe 6 months ago in this year, that would just re-aggress all the time. They'd push, they'd send two guys, they'd throw a flash or whatever. Those kind of plays really, really suck if there's an op on the other side against you, especially if you don't have that flash. And essentially, Cloud9 don't have that opper that's going to be posted on these angles. It's essentially on T side 5 rifles. You're seeing that when they have to play these T sides, they can get themselves into pretty good positions, but they're going to get flanked pretty frequently, or they're just going to actually just get pushed and have to win a 50-50 duel with a rifle. And so on CT side, I actually do want to say that I haven't minded Boomich's and Hobbit's trade off of opping. I think it's actually been weirdly decent. I'm not going to there actually have been moments where Boomich gets a multi-frag in a position where people are really pressuring with nades, or Hobbit does the same thing. And so I've been pleasantly surprised there, but their T sides are always just going to fall short if they can't really default in the same way and really kind of constrict the opposing defense in the way that most teams can, because they just post an op on an angle. Like, you're not going to really send Boomich Palace with an op to try to hold the jungle rotation if someone comes out a window and tries to move into jungle to try to help the AA defense or whatever on Mirage. So yeah, you're just super, super limited. I guess Boomich could get better with it, but I feel like Boomich is such a weird player in terms of his skill set is so suited to being more aggressive, to try to be a space taker, a disruptor, and I don't think that Hobbit really is keen on just becoming a world-class opera all of a sudden this late into his career either. So unless Cloud9 do something about their lineup and just pick up an opper, I guess. I just can't really see them escaping or breaking through top 5. I think they could have one miracle run, kind of in the same vein that Liquid did with their Grand Slam, where you kind of didn't need an opper and you could still win some tournaments here and there. Like, they can still win a tournament, I think. I think it's possible, distantly possible, but it's just really, really hard to imagine a level of consistency without a T-side opper.
Jump in,
I think you're bang on in that they need a player change to actually do anything from this point consistently. You need to. I think there were. I mean, I don't even want to say rumors because it was like Jonas Life, and I think that track record is very poor. But there's something. I think he said something about them wanting to get Simple instead of Hobbit or something. But there's like conflict there, and some players might not want to play with Simple. Something along those lines. So I think you're right in the sense that they do need to make a change and they do need a consistent opper in that role. I mean, where is Dexter at? Honestly, why is this not a player?
This guy must have killed everyone's dog. It's crazy. Like, he just can't get the call up no matter what, can he? It's mental. It's so bad.
It's crazy. But I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of, yes, they could fluke a tournament. They could maybe have their players pop off and be able to get a result there. But the consistency for this roster and like the long-term like peak level that they're going to show is really questionable at this point. I think, yes, they will be a top 10 team. The level they're showing does enable that consistency and the kind of players they have and the way Electronic's playing now that he's relinquished of the IGL duties. But I think they absolutely need like a top tier opper to be able to consistently beat a lot of these rosters, especially once you have these changes come in, you have these rosters, these other teams stabilize. It's just so crazy to me that you don't have like Dexter walking through the door. You had Shiro leave for unknown reasons. You could maybe get Simple, but it seems unlikely. But who do you look to at this point if none of those players are walking through the door?
By the way, this is the team to tie into what I said earlier about the AWP. That proves the AWP still matters. Like, if the AWP doesn't matter, this team should already be capable of being number one. Look at the fucking players they've got. Like, what an awesome... And now they don't even have electronic agility. Should be problem solved, right? Should just be waltzing through these games. But as you see, it really does take everyone going fucking supernova for them to have a chance in these matches. So, and with Maui, I think, look, they could, in an MR12 BO3 world, you could fuck around and have the right players pop off and win a tournament, but it wouldn't be consistent, and it wouldn't be. You'd never actually be the number one team. You know what I mean? You'd have been the best team for that one tournament, and probably just the players pop off. And then also the other thing is, man alive, if you're a fan of this team, it's like fucking, it's not hell and it's not heaven, it's purgatory. You're just in purgatory your whole life. It's like some cursed monkey paw shit. It's like, bro, can we just get a proper IGL? Yes, no problem, Thorin. Here's your IGL. I'm just going to take your opera away. Well, I need the opera as well. Well, what about if I, you know what I mean? I give you a break. Well, what about if we get someone else? Like, also, let's be real. Not only did they waste all that time with like the questionable IGL angle, but now that they've got Pugnatio, who, by the way, it does look like he's going to work out fine. Looks good. I'm open for giving it a go with this talent group. Right? If I've previously said IGL's the most important role, that's because I just assume, one person has to fucking use an AWP. The AWP's probably the most important role in the game. So we've got all these other good players. And the one player we don't have when we're a Czechoslovak Russian team is a fucking AWPer. That almost takes like talent to not have an AWPer when you're a Russian team. Like, you are aware, guys, even the ones who haven't made it to tier 1, that all the HLTV people are, they're all Russian. They're all fucking Russian. And you are not Na'Vi. I understood why in Na'Vi you couldn't get these players. There's a very bigger world context. There's nothing for this one. Like, 1, they've shown they will sign Russians, and 2, they don't have any problem with it. And there's not even any Ukrainians in the team. Like, the whole thing's just like, can we, like, this just feels like such simple. Because the real thing that kills me about this one is, it's the same problem we've had the whole time in Cloud9. They're always one move. Obviously, it has to be the right move. They're always one move from actually, no joke, just win everything. Like, they could have won a major with the last lineup if they had the right one. They could win anything in theory. But the other problem you see in this team is when you scoff your construction, you don't sort of go like, well, we're sort of like 85% there. Like, you're probably like 70% there when you scoff it like this. That's why it's so underwhelming. Like, it's actually the flaw of this team that's always shocked me is I get it when they play well. It's like, man, if you could just get this together. But man, the flaw could be fucking dire. They can have maps that are just really bad. Even still with this lineup, like, it can't have just been Navani alone, even though it certainly was partially him. So I don't know. I think it's brutal, like I say. It feels so obvious what the move should be, but then again, there's also obviously, like you implied, there's obviously also some sort of internal conflict we don't know about yet. Like, dude, we still don't even know why Shiro's gone. We don't, like, if you think the rumor is that he goes to like Team Spirit. There's not a universe where Team Spirit's paying whatever he's playing in Cloud9. That actually implies there was some crazy, like, potential drama or something, or if he just doesn't want to play it, that would imply to me something like he just didn't see any future in the team. So, unfortunately, from the outside on paper, it still looks dope to me. It still looks like it could be a really awesome team. At a minimum, looks like it could be really entertaining. But in the server, it just never fully works out with this squad, for whatever reason. It's a good bad point, though.
The Shiro leave is just so hard to fathom because when talking to the Cloud9 people, I forgot who mentioned it. I think it might have been Axile, but basically they were kind of blindsided by it too, where it just came out of nowhere that he just decided not to play anymore.
And this as well, Maui. It's not even just that he left. He left right when they got the IGL change. The whole time we were like, I'll give Electronic a try, but if it doesn't work out, I hope they swap. And then they swap, and that's exactly when, like, we don't even, like, at least give this 3 lands. Can I have 3 lands? Then you can go. After that, you can go forever, do whatever you want. Like, fuck off to Zanzibar if you want, but at least let me see what it's like with an IGL, please.
No, yeah, I will say I have two little things here, which are one is that I said so long ago that this Boomich thing would work out, and there were so many detractors for so long. It looks pretty good, guys. Like, I have to gloat just a little bit there. That this is looking like it should have happened a year ago. Like I said, when it should have happened. The second thing, and I don't even think you guys should even comment on this because it is purely conjecture, is that when Shiro brought out the min rolls at Cologne, I was like, okay, this guy got a girlfriend. Like, there's no man that just like gets the minerals. Like, I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh, that's why you were pushing the astrology angle, right? I see now. Okay, right. Okay.
There's no guy that gets into crystals just because they feel like it. Okay, so definitely Shiro got a girlfriend or something like that, or he started talking to a girl to get into crystals, and then he mysteriously leaves the team. And I think that whatever that is a bad influence on him, and he should probably confront that in terms of just like, don't let this person help you make career moves. That's all I'm gonna say. It could be a great relationship beyond that, but I think that if you're getting influenced by someone that's that says put crystals on your mouse pad and leave Cloud9, that's probably not the right person for you. Just saying.
Okay. What's funny is you said that like it was going to be really explosive. I think what you just said at the end there, it's hard to disagree with. Yeah, I agree. Those are bad decisions, believe it or not, Maui. Like, or at least they don't make you win in the game. I'll just say that. They don't make you win the game, do they? See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.